Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I fancy doing a bit of a matte blue smoky eye look. So that is what I'm going to do in today's video. So that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start off with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. If you saw my live, you know this is one of the Christmas gifts my dad very kindly got for me. My makeup did last very well throughout New Year's Eve, to be fair, but I don't want to give like a definite opinion just yet because I want to have a few more plays with it. So it's a primer, setting spray and like a refresher for the skin. But yeah, I'm going to just use this to prime my skin for today. Okay, for foundation, I'm going in with the MUA Pro Base foundation. This is in the shade 110. Now I've used that Murad moisturiser, so my skin is nice and hydrated, ready for this foundation, because it is a bit more of a matte foundation. Using that spray underneath, it really helps kind of blend this foundation out really easily. So far I am really liking that spray, but I just want to play with it a bit more before I say whether I'd recommend it or whether I'd repurchase it and stuff. So I'm going to give it a few more goes before I give my final thoughts. But I'll definitely keep using it in videos and kind of updating you here and there. Okay, next up I'm going to go in with my Hint Beauty concealer. I've got mine in the shade First. This is the new concealer as part of my Project 10 pan. I'm just going to use a concealer brush for this. And I'm just going to pop a bit under the eyes. That foundation is pretty good at coverage, so I'm not going to add too much concealer. A little bit here for redness. And actually it's done quite a good job concealing this. This is going down massively, which is really great, but I'll just add a little bit over that blemish area. I think actually the rest of my chin is looking pretty good. Okay, next up is blusher. Now, because I know I'm going to go with blues on the eyes but also warm neutral tones to blend out and a kind of warmish lip, I thought this blusher would be perfect colour for it. So this is the Lily Lolo cream blusher in Dahlia, the nice kind of neutral nudie tone. And because it's going to be quite deep on the eyes, this won't overpower each other and kind of help balance the look out as well. So I'm just going to use the same brush as I did previously just to apply it to my skin. Yes, it's a perfect kind of neutral shade really. I think it's going to complement this look quite nicely. I just like to use stippling motions for this. I find it's really easy to blend. I may go in with more depending on how the look ends up, but yeah, for now I think that kind of works perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of setting now. I'm actually going to take the Kosas Airy Cloud set for today. I'm actually going to use my sponge to begin with for kind of my T-zone, then I will move to the brush afterwards. So I just like to apply this to the T-zone area. Okay, going to switch to a fluffy brush now, and then I'm just going to use that just to kind of set the perimeters of my face. I'm going to avoid obviously the high points to keep those nice and glowy, but just set kind of what the other parts of my face that I need setting. And I use stippling motions just to not pick up too much product onto the skin. So moving on, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to give another quick spritz of this now my base is done. There's a little bit of an extra set. Okay, moving on to the brows. So taking the ABH brow powder, I'm taking the shade Chocolate for this. Taking an angled brush like this, and I'm just going to fill in my brows like I always fill them in. Okay, then I'm going to take my Pixie eyebrow gel and just use that to kind of set them in place and bring the hairs back to life. And also it just gives them a bit more of a shape as well, because I can kind of manipulate the hairs in the direction I want them to go in. Okay, next up, taking my Lily eye primer to prep and prime the eyes. Okay, so palette of choice today is the Carnival XL Pro palette. I'm thinking like the blue I want to go for is this one up here, Mood, like a nice deep matte blue, but I'm also going to use some of these slightly warmer tones to create the smokiness as well. Now I do find sometimes with blues like this, they kind of can be tricky to blend into neutral shades. So I'm going to create the kind of smoke first with the neutral shades, blend them in, and then pat the blue on top and very subtly blend it in. And hopefully that should eliminate any muddiness and things like that. So I am going to start off with the shade Hall on a Sigma brush like this. And I'm going to start popping this kind of into the crease area. And I will blend out in a second, but I just want to pack this into the crease area. I think I'm going to go for a relatively rounded eye with this as well. Okay, I'm going to take a little fluffy brush like this. No product on it, I've kind of wiped off just to make sure there's no excess of anything, and I'm just going to use that to blend out that shade. I want to add some warmth to it, so what I'm actually going to do is go in now with Slow Burn. Again, same brush. Now I'm actually going to pack some of this on the outer portion of the lid now, but also bring it up into the crease. So I feel Slow Burn is the colour that's going to really complement that blue. And again, I'm going to use that same little brush I used earlier to start blending. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Basic on a different fluffy brush. This is, name's rubbed off, but it's a Luxie brush. Quite a small tapered blending. I'm going to add this just above the blend. To add a bit of warmth up there as well. And I'll go back to the other fluffy brush and blend that out. And actually what I'm going to do with this brush is take some of Pillow Talk and use that to blend out as well. Before I go with the blue, I think I need to add a bit more depth to the eyes, so I'm going to go in with Intuition on the Sigma brush. And really, this is only focused on the lid, on the outer portion only. Just really pop it in there. Again, using stippling motion to begin with to really pack that colour on. Small fluffy brush just to blend those edges. And using the smaller one will help me not bring it too high up as well. This is a great little brush. This is the Blank Canvas E10. I will just blend a little bit on the lid as well. Okay, so I'm going to go along the lower lash line first before I go with the blue. I'm going to take Intuition first on a pencil brush and run this along the lower lash line. I'm going to go only 2/3 of the way in with this shade. I'm then going to go in with some of Slow Burn. Kind of mix in with that shade and bring it slightly further across. Just add a bit of warmth. Now what I'm going to do on the little canvas brush, blank canvas brush, take some of Basic. And kind of just do a bit more of a blend underneath. Okay, now we're going to go in with the blue. So I'm going to take a flat brush for this. This brush right here, this is a BH Cosmetics 102. Going in with the shade Mood. Just going to really coat that brush back and forth. Tap off. I'm going to place this onto the lid. Now I'm going to really want this only on the lid portion. So if anything, I'm going to not go all the way up to the crease just yet. Just to prevent me going any higher. And I am going to go slightly over that brown at the on the outer portion. Okay, so I'm just going to pat on to begin with, as I always do. Makeup is slightly inspired by my headband and jumper right now. Kind of the brown and the blues together. Take the blank canvas brush. I'm just going to kind of, on my hand, rub off whatever excess is there, although it's not too much, luckily. And just ever so slightly start blending. So the key to this, especially when you're kind of mixing these two colours together, is to blend the blue enough so it's not too harsh or noticeable of a line, like a where it stops starts, but not enough to mix the colours too much that it's a risk of looking muddy. And what I'm going to do is I want to actually deepen it further, so now I can go back in with the blue, deepen it up again, and then repeat the process of the blend. Okay, with the pencil brush, going in with Mood, and focusing this on the inner portion of the lash line. Now I think with a matte eye it's quite hard to do the inner corner because you almost feel like a publisher works best to brighten it, but what I'm going to do is still take Mood and go a little bit around, but I'm going to really try and get as close to the lash line as possible. Okay, so mascara, I'm actually going to go back to the Lililo Big Lash for today and just really load up my upper and lower lashes. Okay, for lips I'm keeping it quite nice and warm. It's the Lililo Lip Liner in Nude. And then I'm going to go in with 100% Pure's Sandstone. Okay, so that is this makeup look complete. So yeah, I really want to go for quite a deep, matte, bold eye with the blue and obviously the browns to complement. Like I said, it kind of matches my headband and jumper for today. Something quite deep, a bit bold. I feel like I haven't played with blue in quite a while actually, considering it's one of my favourite colours to play with. Yeah, I don't think I've played with it for quite some time, so I wanted to have a little play. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know any future requests for videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next video.